Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor Part 58 based on novel. So let's start. In the dark space passage, Xiao Yan was also relieved. This point plundering competition is finally over. In addition to the evil soldier in the ghost world, the Soul Eater talisman, the gains of this trip are not without. But after leaving the corpse forest, Xiao Yan also found that the fighting spirit in his body seemed to be faintly fainted. Signs about a breakout. This made Xiao Yan quite satisfied. After all, he had just broken through the 4-star Do a few months ago, and his strength showed signs of breakthrough in a short period of time. So he was inevitably a little excited. The current self is the strength of the 4-star Do Emperor in the early stage. After this point plundering competition is over, and after joining the sect, he will be able to break through to the middle of the 4-star Do Emperor as a matter of course. However, Xiao Yan also knew very well that the sign of his breakthrough this time was due to the battle between himself and the twin ghost emperors. Xiao Yan was also aware of the importance of power at this time. If it weren't for the pure fighting chi of the 3 7-star Do Emperor powerhouses, and by coincidence with himself, he obtained the Soul Eater talisman to restrain the twin ghost emperors, giving Xiao Yang 10 lives. Xiao Yang is definitely not going to be this early bird, but fortunately Xiao Yang succeeded. Just after leaving the infernal corpse forest and entering the space tunnel, Xiao Yang also found that the players who participated in the point-grabbing competition this time also looked at him differently, as if there was a trace of respect, and Xiao Yang was quite puzzled by this. "You kid is really worrying." A relieved voice also entered Xiao Yang's ears. "Hee hee." Xiao Yang also smiled and scratched his head, then looked at Chang Yu. Chang Yu is the deputy pavilion owner of the Fenxiang Pavilion's outer pavilion, and he must also be in charge of this competition. "Senior, this time the point-grabbing competition encounters such an unexpected event, so how is the final ranking calculated?" Xiao Yang also suddenly remembered, this is what Xiao Yang cares about the most. After all, only the first place can enter the imperial pool of the Ling royal family. "It's true that we were negligent in this competition, but fortunately you turned the tide in the end. So this time we plan to let you, Mu Yingying and Mu Feng, go to the imperial pond. As for the first place," Chang Yu said here, but also smiled slowly and then stopped talking. "Huh?" Xiao Yang felt relieved when he heard that Chang Yu said that he had the qualifications to enter the imperial pond. Since he already has the qualifications to enter the imperial pond, these rankings are also in vain, and the number 1 rank is no longer important. "Hey, Xiao Yang, you may not know something, then the first place is you." Mu Feng also said excitedly from the side, obviously not dissatisfied, or other emotions, because Xiao Yang won the first place. Some are just excited and happy for Xiao Yang. But what makes Mu Feng the most happy is that he also has the qualifications to enter the imperial pond, which is very pleasing. "What? Am I the number 1? Xiao Yang was also at a loss, remembering that he was in the top 10 on top of his points. "As for the number 1, shouldn't it be Mu Yingying? You are the first. If it wasn't for you to turn the tide in the end, then we would have been completely in the infernal corpse forest." Mu Yingying also said in a silver bell-like voice. "Yeah." Xiao Yang also took care of it. "Originally, I didn't care too much about these rankings, just to get the qualification to enter the royal pool of the Xianling royal family. But there are things that make countless humans crazy. Holy flame. Even if there is only a slight chance, Xiao Yang will definitely not give up. After all, something like holy flame is too precious. Hey, why are you like this? I kindly gave you the first place. Don't you even say thank you." Mu Yingying bit her lips, and then stared at Xiao Yang viciously, unhappy. Then I'll thank you for him. Yueru also stepped forward and said to Mu Yingying. Sometimes, a woman's intuition is very powerful. For example, at this time, Yu felt that Mu Yingying seemed to have other thoughts about Xiao Yang. Mu Yingying was also filled with grievances by this sudden scene. Just as she was about to exit, she was stopped by the heavenly fire sacred tiger beside her. You little auntie, this woman has a strange aura, a bit like the aura of an inheritor. Tianhua sacred tiger whispered beside Mu Yingying. When Mu Yingying heard it, she had no choice but to do it. The reason why Mu Yingying was interested in Xiao Yang was that Xiao Yang had an aura she was familiar with. Xiao Yang looked at the two who were constantly arguing, shook his head with a headache, and then discussed with Mu Feng. Then what exactly is the Imperial Pond? Xiao Yang also asked curiously. I don't know the specifics. After all, the Imperial Pond is the most precious thing in the Xianling royal family, and the guards are extremely strict. Even the 7-star Do Emperor powerhouses dare not go there rashly. However, one thing is certain, the Imperial Pond must be a good thing, otherwise the Xianling imperial family would not have taken it out. Mu Feng also said. Having said that, maybe the Xianling imperial family is using this imperial pond to lure contestants to join them. After all, as long as you join them, you are also eligible to enter the imperial pond. It's just a group of vain humans. Chang Yu also said slowly. It seems that the relationship between the Burning Incense Pavilion and the Xianling royal family is not very good. Xiao Yang also quickly calculated in his heart after hearing this. At this time, they were in the space passage. According to Chang Yu's words, when they left the space passage, they had to go up the mountain and choose a sect. So Xiao Yang also had to make plans early to join that sect. However, you don't have to be burdened. No matter which sect you join, with your talents, you will be able to obtain a lot of resources, and your future will be smooth. Chang Yu also said I don't know. When will the Do Di pill be distributed? Xiao Yang also hurriedly changed the subject, but Xiao Yang remembered clearly that the top 10 players in this point-grabbing competition could have a Do Di pill. It is only a matter of time before his current strength breaks through the middle stage of the 4-star Do Di, and when the Do Di pill is added, he will suddenly become the strength of the late 4-star Do Chi. This is what makes Xiao Yang excited. Ha ha, what a shrewd little guy. Chang Yu also laughed. Don't worry, when you join the sect, it will be distributed to you. Chang Yu said with a smile. Let's go, it's the end. After you go out from this space passage, you will reach the foot of the mountain. The messengers of various sects are also waiting for you at the top of the mountain. When you join the sect, they will take you directly to your own sect. Here. Chang Yu also said. Be careful with the Xianling royal family and Solomon. Just when Xiao Yang discovered that a door of light appeared in the space passage, a voice also sounded in his heart, and it was Chang Yu's voice transmission. Chang Yu originally wanted to interfere, but the talents of Xiao Yang and the others were no trivial matter. If they joined their burning incense pavilion. It's just that Chang Yu was worried that it would backfire, so he had no choice but to do it. When Xiao Yang heard this, he was also quite relieved. It seemed that the people in the burning incense pavilion were all good. Xian Santian, let me Xiao Yang come to meet you. Xiao Yang also laughed, and without hesitation, his figure moved and disappeared into the space passage. The bright mountain path, with hundreds of stone steps from the foot of the mountain to the top of the mountain, one step at a time. If you feel it roughly, you can feel that there are many powerful breaths on the top of the mountain. If you look at it, you will find it impressively. There seem to be many figures on the top of the mountain. On the stone steps, people are constantly walking, and they are trying to climb hard, but without exception, these people are all players who participated in the point-grabbing competition this time. In this way, you can choose a satisfactory sect, join it, and learn a skill. A man with a heavy ruler on his back also walked slowly. Behind him, Mu Yingying, Yueru, and Mu Feng followed closely. Speaking of which, where are the seniors of the Nine Souls Steely and the Skyfire Sacred Tiger? Yueru also found something and asked. Senior Nine Soul Monument went to look for the lost twin ghost emperor's soul. As for Qianhuoxinghu, he left to experience it. Mu Yingying also said slightly. Xiao Yang was not surprised when he heard this. After all, Xiao Yang had already expected these things. As for the leaders of Changyu and Wujiang, they disappeared after entrusting Xiao Yang and them with some things. Obviously, they ended the point-grabbing competition and went back. It's just that Xiao Yang felt that the Holy Fire Tiger was quite strange that day, and the flame power in his body was also quite powerful, but no matter what Xiao Yang was, the Holy Fire Tiger ignored him that day, and only the blue flame on Mu Yingying's body could make her. He is willing to serve. As for Xiao Yang's words, Qianhuoxinghu treats him like a fool. This also makes Xiao Yang quite puzzled. The flame in his body is a different fire, and the blue flame on Mu Yingying's body is powerful, but according to Xiao Yang's perception, it is not a holy flame, at most it is a different fire than himself. More powerful. Otherwise, if Xiao Yang can subdue this heavenly fire sacred tiger, it will be a great help, but I know Xiao Yang, this kind of thing cannot be forced. As for Xiao Yi, since he woke up, except when he was possessed by Xiao Yang, he would be attached to Xiao Yang's body. Normally, he would not be able to return the Neijing in Xiao Yang's body. Because at this time Xiao Yi was already looking like a young man, and would never go to the former fire spirit again. But this is also a good thing. After all, the current Xiao Yi has also grown into a young man, and has the strength of the early stage of the 7-star Do Emperor. Xiao Yang was also quite happy about this, but Xiao Yang lowered his hidden strength to the level of a 5-star fighting emperor, and then followed him. Let's go. Xiao Yang said slowly, then walked away on the stone steps. By the way, Xiao Yang, you want to join that sect? As far as I know, the Xianling royal family and Solomon have a bad reputation. Mu Feng also said. If nothing else happens. Fenxiang Pavilion. Xiao Yang said lightly, and he didn't look back after speaking, and strode away towards the stone steps. Fenxiang Pavilion. Mu Yingying bit her lips, and then murmured, as if she was thinking about something. The group of 5 also walked towards the top of the mountain. When passers-by saw Xiao Yang, they also smiled at Xiao Yang. Obviously, if there was no Xiao Yang in this point-grabbing competition, then they would not be able to have today. On the top of the mountain, surrounded by clouds and smoke, dozens of terrifying breaths also spread from the top of the mountain. With the news from the Yin Corpse Forest, the senior leaders of the 9 super sects were also furious and wanted to send strong men to deal with the twin ghost emperors, but there were few strong men above Dozian in the sect, and some of them also entered. Retreat, but Emperor Do's strength can't break the prohibition of Infernal Corpse Forest, so he had no choice but to do it immediately. However, as news came, a boy named Xiao Yang, with the blessing of the fighting chi of the 3 7-star Do Emperor powerhouses, fought against the injured twin ghost emperors and killed the twin ghost emperors. This kind of record, even if it is placed in Xian Santian, where the powerhouse is like a cloud, is enough to shake the quartet. That was a twin ghost emperor at the 8th rank, ghost emperor level, comparable to a human 8-star fighting emperor, but he was actually killed by an unknown boy. It was a joke by others. Ha ha, that kid is already at the foot of the mountain, everyone. A middle-aged man with a full face also laughed. Listening to the rumors from Changyu, Yu and Wujiang, many people in this point-grabbing competition have made outstanding performances, and they are some good seedlings. Qi then said to a man in a red robe beside him. Indeed. The red-robed man also laughed. Having said that, I just don't know who the top 10 talented newcomers will fly down this time, said a burly man. Hey, I don't know if your burning incense pavilion will be as unattended as last time, a thin middle-aged man slowly said to a figure in a red robe. The 12th envoy of Solomon, don't go too far. Wasn't the one leading the leader the same Chang Yu that Xiao Yang had seen before? Hey, don't be angry, just tell the truth, the thin man also said slowly. Humph. Don't think that everyone will join your sect just because of your little advantage, Chang Yu also said angrily. That's why I don't have to worry about the deputy pavilion master of Fenxiang Pavilion, the thin man said. Humph. Is the 12th ranked Solomon watchdog worthy of yelling at me? It is better to let your first 3 sect masters come, so that you are qualified to compete with me, Chang Yu also said relentlessly. You? The skinny man known as Solomon's 12th sect master also had a very strange expression on his face. This Chang Yu is really hateful, actually humiliating him in front of the 9 super sects. If it wasn't for his strength only in the early stage of the 7-star Do Di, he would definitely fight against this Chang Yu. However, he had no choice but to clench his fists and shook his head slightly. He, don't quarrel, today is not here to quarrel. Above the main seat, there is this elegant figure, whose figure later carries 2 swords, whose color is as crystal clear as jade. Seeing the person in charge of Wanjian sect speak, Solomon's 12th sect master and Chang Yu also stopped arguing. Because the strength of the one in front of him is comparable to that of the twin ghost emperors, everyone will not easily offend him. More importantly, this Wan Jianmen is the head of the 9 super sects. Because there are too many sects in the Xiantian 3 days, every 10 years, a sect competition will be held. The purpose is to test the mainstay of each sect, but it is actually a competition between these sects. Because the Xianling royal family only allowed 9 super sects within the Xiantian 3 days, and the others could be regarded as small sects. After all, these 9 super sects live alone in 9 mountains with extremely strong imperial energy, so this is the reason why there are only 9 super sects. Survival of the fittest. If the sects ranked in the 9 super sects do not absorb some fresh blood and thus cultivate some outstanding disciples, the status of the super sects will also be lost. However, the sect competition held every 10 years is basically a contest between the younger generation of the 9 super sects and the Xianling royal family, and other forces rarely appear. After careful calculation, there are still 8 years left until the 10-year sect competition. When Xiao Yang and the others came to the top of the mountain, they saw that dozens of strong men not far away had been waiting for a long time. On the side were Luo Guang and several people, who were among the top 10 in the points-grabbing competition. In addition to Xiao Yang here, a total of 15 people. Is this the recipient of the 9 super sects? The strength is really unfathomable, Xiao Yang also murmured. On the top of the mountain, dozens of recipients representing the 9 super sects walked in the air, and then Xiao Yang and the others watched from a distance on the ground, but the distance between them was not far. Very close. It seems that the top 10 this time seemed to have some good seedlings. The elegant woman also looked at the 15 people on the ground and said slowly. The graceful woman is the messenger of the Heartless Palace, who is specially responsible for the reception of the newcomer this time. Hey, even though your disciples from the Heartless Palace are the smallest among our 9 sects, their strength is undoubtedly outstanding, so this time. An old man dressed in expensive alchemist clothes also spoke slowly. The old man is the strong man in the Alchemy Valley, and the pharmacist is naturally a hornet's nest that no one dares to provoke. Not to mention that the current Alchemy Valley has been condensed into a whole, and the pharmacist and the strong who serve the pharmacist emerge in an endless stream. so this is also determined. Pill Valley's status among the 9 sects. Your Pill Valley is not bad. Every time a newcomer joins your Pill Valley, you can get extremely huge resources. I believe that this time, many of these little guys must be running for you. Yunya from the Palace of Heartless Love, the woman also said slowly. Ha, then I'll borrow your auspicious words. The old man in Dangu also burst into laughter, obviously quite satisfied with this free choice system. After all, everyone knows that pharmacists are the group with the most wealth and resources, and there is no other profession that can compare to them. After all, whether it is the strong appeal of pharmacists, many strong people are called to them, and it is no exaggeration that pharmacists have been imbued with magical powers since ancient times. They have refined medicinal herbs with mysterious effects through specific prescriptions and medicinal materials. These two make the pharmacist's identity soar. The open and secret struggle between each other. A sharp-eyed man also slowly shook his head, and then his eyes turned to Xiao Yang's position. Now Xiao Yang and the others are still some distance away from them, and they immediately looked at them. Is that the champion of this point-grabbing competition? Although the aura is only the strength of the 4-star Dodi in the early days, the killing intent emanating from his body cannot be concealed. This kid is definitely not a flower growing in a greenhouse. The man was clearly a powerhouse in Purgatory Hall, and he nodded in satisfaction immediately. No matter what the price, this kid has to be pulled into our Purgatory Hall, and this kid will become a great weapon in the future. The people in Purgatory Hall also quickly calculated in their hearts, because he often deals with evil things in the devil and ghost worlds. Naturally, he could recognize Xiao Yang's extraordinariness at a glance. This boy with a heavy weight on his back, the soul power on his body is really terrifying. The old man with the medicinal pill also slowly stared at Xiao Yang in the distance and muttered. As we all know, soul power is related to the strength of the alchemist. After all, a powerful alchemist needs a huge soul perception, so as to control the flame, in order to refine higher-level medicinal pills, and the cultivation method of soul power. There are very few high-level alchemists, so high-level pharmacists are quite rare. So after the old man of pills felt the invisible soul power in Xiao Yang's body, he nodded with satisfaction, as if have any plans in general. This girl with 2 ponytails is quite good. If she can enter my sect, then the future sect competition will definitely be able to achieve dazzling achievements. Our Wanhua has been silent for so many years, so it's time to be calm. A rather beautiful woman also stared at Mu Yingying and smiled slowly, then said to herself. Damn it. They are all old foxes. Chang Yu also scolded secretly, because he participated in the point-grabbing competition. He naturally knew about the terrifying potential of Xiao Yang, Mu Yingying and Mu Feng, and was immediately accused of Xiao Yang by the people around him. Yang and several people are so ill-conceived, it is inevitable that they are a little unhappy. Damn boys, they actually ruined our good deeds. If I find an opportunity in the future, I will definitely avenge the twin ghost emperors. Solomon, a strong man, said fiercely in his heart, obviously resenting Xiao Yang and the others. Next to the strong Solomon, a man wearing an expensive dragon robe also slowly appeared from the void. As soon as the man appeared, there was a terrifying wave on his body. This one is the current emperor of the Xianling royal family, King Xianling. Legend has it that he had been promoted to the ranks of the 9-star Do Emperor as early as decades ago, and now his strength is even more unfathomable. Why is this guy here? The old Dangu frowned, obviously not interested in this mysterious royal family, just out of courtesy, and other etiquette is still essential. How come King Xianling is free to come here? I have lost a long way to welcome, and I am sorry. The old man of Pill Valley also said slowly, after all, whether it is himself, or the owner of Pill Valley, seeing this King Xianling is all about respectfully. I heard that there are quite a few good faces in this point-snatching competition. This king is just free. Stop by and have a look. It would be quite gratifying if these newcomers joined my Xianling royal family in good face. King Xianling smiled slowly, and then said nothing more. Damn bastard, shameless. Chang Yu said in anger. As we all know, this Solomon and the Xianling royal family are very close, and in recent years, the Xianling royal family has been invited by some unknown people. Now the arrival of the Xianling king, Yu reading is undoubtedly came here for some pretty good seedlings this time. With the terrifying strength level of the 9-star Do Emperor, and some means of enticement, then Xiao Yan and the others would have followed his path. That would really outweigh the gains, because if Xiao Yang and the others could join the Fenxiang Pavilion, their future achievements would never be lower. Their Burning Incense Pavilion hasn't had outstanding new disciples for a long time. If things go on like this, it's hard to keep their name as a super sect. Xiao Yang is also slowly moving towards the many strong men who are walking in the air. There are 10 people who are already waiting for them. As soon as they arrive, the most outstanding 15 people will also start to choose the sect. Door. What a terrifying fluctuation. Xiao Yang also appeared in the sky at the moment when the gorgeous Xianling king appeared, even if they were far apart. Even the Do Qi in his body had some solidified changes. 9-star Do D, it's no longer a distinction between junior high school and late middle school, it's for the 9th rank, above the 9th rank. It's a fighting fairy. The Golden Dragon King's voice also said slowly. However, this Xianling King's breath is a little weird. Although it is small, it seems to have a faint smell of holy flame. The Golden Dragon King said in a voice that only he could hear. The big map is about to be changed. The first time a newcomer writes it, it is a headache. In order to write well, there will be no more updates this month. Please vote for your support. Are you all here? King Xianling also looked at the people around him with a smile, and then said casually. You can start anytime. Solomon's strong man said. At this time, Xiao Yang and the other 15 were also in the forefront. Behind them, hundreds of players, who were also participating in the point-grabbing competition, also stood quietly behind them. Without exception, they all raised their heads slightly and looked at a mighty figure in the sky. Then let's start. King Xianling also said slowly. The selection of sects also began at this moment. A rather handsome man appeared in front of the crowd on the ground and said, those who can stand here now have the qualifications to join the sect within the Xiantian 3 days. First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your outstanding performance in the point-grabbing competition. Next, you can choose a sect to join it. Currently, the 9 super sects in our Xiantian 3 days are Burning Incense Pavilion, Wanhua Pavilion, Ancient Desolate Palace, Purgatory Hall, Solomon, Puppet Palace, Pill Valley, Heartless Palace, Wanjianmen. As for other sects, you can also join it. For example, in addition to these 9 super sects, there are some sects whose strength should not be underestimated. Nightmare Valley and Astrology Valley, Poison Sect, Sword God Sect, Ming Sect, etc. Next. Let's start. After the man finished speaking, he also slowly retreated. As the man retreated, a laser-faced man stood up slowly in the crowd, and his eyes were full of excitement. This man is impressively the 100th place in this point-grabbing competition. Among the people who are currently participating in the selection of sects on the top of the mountain, in addition to the 100 strong points plundering competition, there are hundreds of people who have been allowed to join the sect because of their outstanding performance. So it has also created a large number of people. Dare to ask Senior, can I join the Xianling royal family? The man also slowly stepped forward, and then said respectfully to King Xianling. What is the strength of the 4-star Do Di in the middle stage? Of course, the royal family of Xianling welcomes you. King Xianling also smiled slowly at the man on the ground, and then a ray of light disappeared towards the man, and the man appeared behind King Xianling in the next moment. At this time, the man was also full of excitement. He actually joined the Xianling royal family, and his future money and status were also guaranteed. He immediately followed King Xianling respectfully. When the man followed behind King Xianling, he felt how unfathomable this powerful Do-Di peak was. I didn't expect that the first one was to join the Xianling royal family, which is a good luck. Solomon's strong man also agreed. Continue. King Xianling also said softly, although this 100th is only the strength of the middle stage of the 4-star Do-Di, but after all, he can stand out from these tens of thousands of newcomers. I prove that he has a certain strength. For such fresh blood, the major sects are also quite gratified. After all, if any sect wants to last for a long time, the injection of fresh blood is the kingly way. I choose Wanhua Pavilion. A woman also said softly, and then the strong man of Wanhua Pavilion also took her behind him, and returned to his sect together after the selection of the sect. Hey! Seeing this, Chang Yu shook his head as well. The Xianling royal family possessed enormous wealth, and resources were naturally a no-brainer. For Dan Gu, it has a huge network of relationships, and it is composed of a group of alchemists. The resources are too powerful. As for the other sects, they also have their own advantages, only they focus on self-cultivation. This is also the reason why their Fenxiang Pavilion has the smallest number of disciples every year. After all, who has nothing to eat to cultivate their minds? Whoever joined the sect did not go for its powerful martial arts fighting skills, or huge resources. I hope that the Xianling king and Solomon's people don't go too far. Chang Yu also shook his head and looked at the field. I joined Pill Valley. The person who spoke was a man wearing a pharmacist's clothes. Pill Valley was undoubtedly the best destination for a pharmacist. I joined the Purgatory Hall. My parents were killed by ghosts. I have nothing to worry about in my life. I only want to kill demons and ghosts, and avenge my revenge, said a man with a fierce look in his eyes. A good one to kill demons and destroy ghosts. The powerhouses of the Purgatory Hall also burst into laughter. Their status in the Purgatory Hall is quite special, and they never participate in the battle between the sects, but their duty is undoubtedly to walk on the tip of the knife. If you are not careful, you will be buried in a different place. However, the actions of Purgatory Hall have also won praise from countless people in Xian Santian. This kind of sect that is responsible for the world's righteousness is quite rare. I joined the Palace of Heartbreak. When I come back from my studies, I will definitely kill those who are heartless. It was a woman who spoke, and there was only despair in her eyes, and she was obviously hurt by love, so she had no choice but to join the Valley of Heartless Love. Love, hate, love and hatred, child, why bother? The strong men of the Heartless Palace also spoke to comfort them. Once they entered the Palace of Heartless Love, from then on, the world became strangers and cut off lovesickness. I'm not reconciled. The woman also cried in pain. Seeing this, the strong man in the Palace of Heartfelt also waved his hand, and a white ray of light wrapped it away. With the wrapping of the ray of light, the woman's pain also weakened a lot. Child, it's right to join us, go away. The strong man in the Heartless Palace also said lovingly. I know that my talent is mediocre, and I can't surpass others when I cultivate Do-Chi in this life. So I joined the puppet mansion, said a man with a doll on his back, who was also staring at the puppet mansion. There is a strong breath in his eyes, which is endless. Ruzi can be taught, come here. The strong man in the puppet mansion also greeted. All I want to learn is supreme swordsmanship. So I want to join Wanjianmen. A man with a heavy ruler also said slowly. The strong man of Wanjianmen also waved it later, and brought it under his command. I was adopted by others since I was a child. When I grew up, my stepfather tried to ***** me, so I killed him and ran away. I don't know if I could join Solomon. Cannot help but feel distressed. Come on, we Solomon are all-encompassing. No matter what status you were in the past, you are a family here. Solomon's strong man also said. After speaking, the woman was also relieved, and bowed deeply to the strong Solomon. I haven't been able to cultivate vindictiveness since I was a child, but I don't want to give up. I want to prove that even if I can't cultivate vindictiveness, I can still stand out. I'll join the ancient desolate palace. A burly man also said with enthusiasm. That's natural. Even if you can't cultivate Do Chi, you can still stand out. Joining us is the best choice. Xiao Yan. I will definitely surpass you. As the burly man left, a coercive voice echoed on the ground. And for some unknown reason, Xiao Yang found that the burly man's voice contained some inexplicable power, as if it was not just talking. This Du Chun seems to have some secrets. The Golden Dragon King also discovered something, and then said slowly. What's the name of the burly boy who joined the ancient desolate palace just now? Xiao Yang also asked the people beside him. It seems to be called Du Chun. Yueru also said softly. Du Chun. Xiao Yang also murmured. For some reason, Xiao Yang always felt that this was a person who was bound to become a master. This video will end here.